Hi, I am Melissa Banco, and welcome to the Banco Buzz, a commercial interior design podcast. As a professional leader in our design industry, we found that there were a lot of questions that were coming to me and to us about business and growth and mentorship and really the people behind the design. So we created the Banco Buzz. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for joining us on the Banco Buzz. Hi, I'm Melissa Banco. Welcome to the Banco Buzz, a podcast on all things commercial interior design. I am the principal founder and crazy visionary here at Banco Design. We are located in Marietta, Georgia, outside Atlanta, and we are focusing here on the verticals of multifamily, senior living, and private club work. And I am so excited to have two of my faves here with me today to chat about the industry and product development and all things design, Miss Holli and Miss Jennifer.
Yes, hi.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes. So
much fun.
This is going to be a hoot. We're getting a little buzzed because we have some delicious.
But I heard we're playing a game
We
also
are playing.
called Buzz.
Yeah, buzz or
Bust.
bust.
Got it.
So each guest that we have on, we do a little kickoff, have a little game, have a little fun. It's the balance, right? So we are going to play a game, buzz or bust.
Got it.
So after we do that, we'll get into much more about who you all are and what you're doing. So we'll kick off with a game. We're going to end with a question. It's going to be great. Ready?
Yes.
Okay.
I hope so.
Okay, we polled some of our younger staff members here about what's hot and what's not.
Oh, boy.
Okay, what's buzzing and what's busting. So you have boards in front of you. I'm going to ask a question, and we have a winner based on polling this certain group. I think we have like 9 or 10. So you are going to write on your board. Are you already doodling? What is buzzing? Okay.
Yes.
For our Banco Bees that are listening today, okay?
Okay.
Are you
we're
ready? Do you want to like stretch or you're ready to go?
I'm ready.
Okay, so recent Banco Design poll says baseball cap versus bucket hat. You gotta think like a Gen Zer here. Like what's cooler? Is baseball cap or bucket hat? What's buzzing? So write down what's cool. What's buzzing? And then flip, and I will tell you.
I have sloppy handwriting.
Okay, bucket question mark? Like you're not allowed to do that.
Okay.
I would have
think
guessed that
bucket.
too. They all said baseball.
Baseball. I knew it as soon as I wrote it down.
Which I'm stoked about because I look cuter in a baseball hat then. Okay, so great. Okay, all
How
right.
to do the baseball.
Okay, so here we go. And we're not off to a great start. We've got this, ladies. Okay, baggy shirt versus baggy pants. What is cooler? Baggy pants. It's shirts.
New York. Okay? Everybody had the pants.
This is like not our age bracket. Like we are murdering this. Okay, gold versus silver jewelry. What's buzzing?
I don't trust my
Gold.
nose.
I know,
I
like-
know. Maybe answer what you don't think. Gold or silver. This was actually a tough one because it's like, okay, yeah, you did it. All right. It actually was almost split, so that tells you
Yeah.
that we're mixing metals here,
And
people.
it's starting
Okay,
to swing
I
back
do.
the other
I
way.
Yes,
like, and I
I
like mixing.
agree.
I tell people, don't
I
be afraid
agree.
of mixing metals.
Right. Like
say that all the time.
You know, you have to
They're
layer.
neutral.
Let's be not so simple. I learned that. That means simple. Okay. TikTok versus YouTube. TikTok
I mean, I feel like
versus
this is an
the
obvious one,
YouTube.
but
Yeah, she got it.
Tiki-taki. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
totally right.
okay.
Okay. We're doing okay.
Yeah,
Which
we
this
got
is a
this
slow
one.
start, but we got this. Okay. Let's talk hair. Is it mullet versus a broccoli perm? Mullet versus a broccoli perm. What is cooler? For the gents, I think specifically.
broccoli.
Broccoli perm. Broccoli perm. That is correct. I love that you drew that.
She's our artiste.
Like, excuse me, ma'am, is that an oak tree? Okay.
Not today. It's broccoli.
Drake versus Kendrick. I think I know the answer because I don't.
Okay. That's who I was putting.
Kendrick, yes! Great job. That was like a landslide. Okay.
I mean, Drake's old now, right? He's like,
I mean, that's why I would have answered, and that's how I knew it was wrong. Okay. Birkenstocks versus Crocs.
Oh,
Birkenstocks versus Crocs. The ladies are writing,
Birks.
and we are
Birks.
Birks, and we are Birks.
Oh,
That is correct. Thank the Lord. I think
goodness,
Crocs are
I'm so-
monstrosity. Starbucks. What? That's not a place. Starbucks
Yep.
versus Dunkin'
Oh, I feel like I
Starbucks
know this one.
versus
'cause-
Dunkin'.
I was gonna say the DD.
It's Starbucks is still coming in strong.
So-
But I think
really?
Dunkin's coming for because it's almost split. So that's a tricky one. Maybe that'll level out. I don't know who these people are in this last one, so we're gonna skip it. Okay, great job, ladies.
Thank
you did a
you.
great job on what's trending and what's not. Gen Z version. Okay. All right, so we're gonna dive in, and we would love for the kickoff to just be like, "Hi, who are you? What are you up to?" And then maybe give some feedback. How did we get to know each other, and what's up there? So give us name, give us your title, what you do, and then we're gonna dive deep kind of on like how we got here.
Okay, I will start, and
Okay.
I'm gonna let her tell our story because she does a great job.
Okay.
It's so flattering.
Okay.
I like to hear her talk nice. Say
Okay.
nice things
Let's
about
go,
me.
Jen Ho. You got this. You got
Okay,
this.
so I am Jennifer Horning. I'm co-founder of Audrey Lane with my partner here, Holly, who will introduce herself in a moment. But how I got here was I am also a huge tile nerd. Everything tile. I fell in love with the industry over 18 years ago. I started in the 5th grade, by the way.
So were you just like sleeping with tiles and like
I am not kidding.
just-
I'm literally up at night dreaming about new
tile patterns.
all tile patterns, all sorts of things. But fell in love with the industry. It's a huge industry, very creative. It's a product that is a long-term product, so I just fell in love with it and started with Trinity Tile, then now Trinity Surfaces. In the showroom with Holly, and you go ahead. And
Okay, but I have a really
Okay.
quick follow-up
Yes.
question.
Yeah.
So I would like to unpeel this a little bit.
Okay.
So you said you were a tile nerd since like a child.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Like, are we dreaming of tile? Were you like, I am just fascinated by this material?
Well,
Unpack that.
I'm a second gen. My mother also worked in the tile
So
industry.
is she just like showing you things and exposure to
and
it?
I really didn't start in the 5th grade. I just like to say that.
Okay.
So I appear younger.
Right.
Than I actually
Yes. Yes. Understood.
But no, I definitely had I had a business degree, went back for interior design, discovered tile through my mother, and then ever since then it's just taken off, and I've just fell in love with the industry.
I think that's
I
cool.
love-
Business to interiors.
Exactly.
And
I
I
love
love-
meeting with our vendors, and I love seeing the excitement on the designer's face when they know they're creating something special for their clients. It's just the whole process is
Very cool.
yeah.
So somebody asked you in 5th grade, like, what do you want to be when you grow up? The answer was
It would have been probably architect or designer then,
Yeah.
but not knowing yet.
that where you
Yeah.
find your niche.
Yes.
Okay.
It was- yeah.
All right. Up next.
My name is Holly Van Cleave. Fun fact, Jennifer's last name is Horning, and we have a group text with our husbands called the Van Horns.
True story.
Just think that's so cute.
Have you seen that trend where you get t-shirts made of what your group text name is? So you all need to have those t-shirts made
the
and then go on
Van
like a
Horns.
vacation together, and then you won't lose each other, but you just put the
We-
name of your group text. So I love that for you all.
Perfect
that that's-
timing. We just spent most of the day planning a trip today
Yes,
and
you
booking
need
some
those
flights.
t-shirts.
So, okay, we're on it. So it's funny, similar story because my mom was also my mom has an interior design degree. She won a contest in high school and got a full ride to the Fort Lauderdale Art Institute.
In high school?
Uh-huh. She won a contest. She submitted for like an interior design project and she won a full scholarship.
We didn't even have a program in high school. That's amazing. She was like, was able to take
Yeah.
up a scholarship. That's very cool. Okay.
And so she, when I was young, like some of my earliest memories of anything that has to do with interiors was her working at a cabinet store. And she'd take me in there, and I think just for fun would like to keep me busy. I'd hang up all the Formica chips. Be like, all these
color.
customers like, messed up all this whole wall of chips. Here,
like, I
hang
got
these
it.
up, honey. And you had to like match them up. That might have been like where all my, need for coordinate. Yes, exactly.
Mosaic
And,
design came
matching
from.
numbers and colors and stuff. So that happened. That was like, probably one of my earliest memories. And then I actually have an IT degree because I wasn't sure what I wanted to go to college for, but I knew computers was obviously, part of all of our future. And I feel like it has helped me in a sense with learning software and things that we use in our business
The
on
more
the
technical
daily.
side, right?
Yes,
Okay.
and it really appeals to like my left brain, right brain, like wanting to be creative, but also having that technical piece. And as far as falling in love with tile, I think, so I moved to Orlando in 2000 and my mom was like, you need to stop waitressing and get a real job. And
You're like, but I'm making so much cash, I don't
yeah,
want to.
exactly. And I was like, I want to. So if you have anything in mind, so she put me in contact with a tile company that was that she shared a building, an office with when she was at a custom cabinetry company, and so they had just recently relocated and needed someone to work in their showroom. So I started working in the showroom, and it was, I think, what really solidified my tile like nerd quality,
Nerdiness.
yes, was the fact that I love to draw and can draw in perspective, and I did a lot of things hand drawing because before AutoCAD
Before
and
we were
Revit
all-
and all the
building in Revit.
exactly, it was just like anyone who could draw something on a piece of paper was really effective in a showroom because nobody can a lot of people can't visualize anything. So if I could draw it out and I'd be like, here's what your tile will look like, they'd be like, sold.
I'll take it.
Yeah, and so I kind of gained a following that way, and the rest is history.
So how did you two meet?
Oh, good story. Go ahead.
Okay.
Okay, so we're both nerding out. We're
Yeah.
in separate worlds right now.
Not yet.
Yeah. I mean, so we didn't know each other. Our husbands did, though.
Okay.
So my ex-husband and Jen's current husband grew up together since they were in diapers, literally. Their parents knew each other since they were toddlers. They grew up in school together. This is over in Melbourne, in Florida, on the East Coast. So I think Jen was like tired of bartending. You can see the thread that runs through
Back to
this.
school for interior design and was tired of bartending. It was
And
killing me.
and so her husband had told mine at the time, like, hey, Jake's wife is like looking for a job and she might be interested in tile. Is there anything happening in your neck of the woods? And so I was like, yeah, we always need like good people. So it took a minute to kind of get on the same page with and getting in touch with Jen, but eventually, like, fast forward, we got her in the showroom, and so I hired her.
Yeah.
Bartending, interior designer, budding
Yeah.
tile nerd.
Yes.
Yeah, I hired her, and of course, it just, our talents and love for all things that we were doing just kind of thrived. We were both thriving, and Jen went into some different avenues and worked outside. She went into outside sales. We both did it like a little hands-on a little marketing for the company at the time that just didn't really have anyone serious doing that kind of stuff. And so we bonded over that. We're like, not that font. No.
What were they thinking?
Yeah. Wait, you're talking about a new logo? You're going to let us approve that first, right? So we did a lot of those. And then product development too. I think our love for all things product really started kind of together.
Yeah.
Now that I'm saying all that out loud, I don't know that I've ever really thought about it that way. But, and I think that they, our employers at the time really recognized those things in us and kind of gave us the space to be like, well, maybe we should listen to these girls. They seem like
They're very smart.
kind of know what they're
And we
doing.
were passionate.
Yes. Yeah. And I think
Well,
We
people can
fought
see
for it.
that.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. We fought for it.
So then we're working together.
Mm-hmm.
Where does Audrey Lane come in? Where does that idea come from? How long are we working together?
Yeah.
Whose idea was it?
I think it was about 10 years ago. Honestly, I cannot believe we're talking in that time frame at this point. But about 10 years ago, I came to Holli and I was like, Holli, I think I have an idea. And, custom tile in our industry has always been challenging.
So expensive to be able to do what you want to do sometimes.
It's you can't, create something on a smaller scale. It has to be tens of thousands of square feet. If you're going to create something, it's a long process of going back and forth. I was like, I think we can do something that is designer friendly, makes the process easy for them, streamlines the process, gives them a quick visual, and bring it to fruition. And we, you'll probably hear us talk throughout, but that's kind of was the foundation. And so we put together a couple of patterns and designs, and we showed it to our the owner of Trinity at the time, or currently, and at the time, the other co-founder, Dale Williams, and we said, we have this idea. Here's the patterns. Here is how it would work. And they're like, well, that's interesting. Let's go ahead. We're going to a trade show. Let's go ahead and make some boards, and we'll put it up on the trade show.
You're like, really?
Yes. And so we gave ourselves...
What Jen heard was like, let's start a new company.
Yes. That's what I would have heard
We're
too.
gonna,
by the way.
yeah.
Did we just start a company?
Yeah.
Exactly. Do we need fonts and logos?
Yes, 100%. That's exactly what happened.
He was like, I asked for the tile, actually not the logo.
Yeah, they had no idea what was coming.
So
yeah,
we were designing the trade show booth, so we put ourselves right in the front.
That was smart. Nice marketing.
And
you guys are killing it so far.
With Dawn, it went from, oh yes, I'll help you guys get started, to, oh yes, I will be 50% owner of your company.
You can earn what you want.
Yes,
okay.
Yeah. So literally, I think on the flight out there, we're like creating the website. Fly by the seat of our pants.
Yeah.
It was such a fun time. But honestly, the reaction at the trade show was
what really kind of lit it. Like,
yeah,
it just was. I remember leaving that trade show every day, like floating out of the room.
Yes.
Because of all of the feedback and excitement we were getting from the attendees. And it was like really cool people in the industry that we were like, wow, that was like, a cruise ship designer, or, like from people, because it was out in Vegas.
Yeah.
So at HD Expo, and it was super exciting. And Dawn just got to witness all of that, and so,
yeah. Like I'm in.
Yeah. Well, great businesses are born from solving problems for folks, and you knew what the pinch point was, right? And so you were solving that problem by creating, product development around what was not already on the market. So cool. 10 years?
Yeah, that was 10 years ago.
So you're about as old as Banco, because we're about 10 years old.
Yeah.
Does it seem like a really long time, or like yesterday?
I was going all the way back through our financials, because we just had a record month, and I was going back through all of our financials, and I couldn't believe how long it took us to like get here. And I was just like, wow, it's been quite a journey.
I feel like when you stop and think about it, you're like, wow, we've come a long way, but it still seems like it happened so fast.
Yeah. And it probably feels like, do you feel like you just got started on some level?
Yes.
Like,
yes.
Okay, like, yay, 10
There's
years,
so
but like so much to do.
So much coming.
How exciting to still be saying that 10 years later.
Yes.
So product development is a big part of interior design. I mean, we as designers on the specification side, if we don't have the right products, we can't do us, right? And I think that maybe that's not advertised enough when we're in design school, or we're being taught all the, design, things in school. So product development is an avenue that designers can take, to help create those things where there are gaps in the market and all of that.
Yeah.
So we're jamming, we're 10 years in. What does day-to-day look like for you two ladies? And you are the ultimate creatives, right? We need new product, we're creating new things. How do you do that? Like, what does day-to-day look like? How do you stay fresh and current with what you're pumping out? And I'm asking that as a loop back to, we're talking about outstanding deliverables and outstanding product, and you've built a really amazing brand where folks hear that it's quality, it's gorgeous, you're ahead of the curve, like all these amazing things. How do you keep that going?
I think honestly, the first thing that came to my mind is the fact that we are still involved with our clients and our customers and the designers. We are still working on projects with them, so we have that open dialogue and communication and see what they're asking for, and that helps our creative process. And then we'll in turn give them back, the next thing. So I think that's definitely something. I don't know if
No, that was awesome. No, that was a great.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Julia.
great.
Thanks for the buzz. I'm killing this.
No, that was good insight. Yeah, for sure.
And then I always, since I am a tile nerd, I am personally stalking like what's out there, what's coming up next, looking at fabrics, furniture, lighting, the shapes, artwork, like everything for inspiration.
So you see something and you're like, "Go, I have an idea.
Yes.
Like I'm inspired.
Yes.
Then what?
Then I get
Then what? And then like call her at 2 a.m. I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
And then I'm like, holy shit, what is Jen coming up with now? And how are we going to make this happen? And where is it going to
And
happen?
budget.
Yeah.
Where's it going to be sourced from?
Yeah, no, but I am always like encouraging her. I think, we're really blessed to have found such a unique partnership in the two of us because, 10 years later, obviously we're not sick of each other. If anything, I think our relationship has grown, personally and professionally. And just that mutual respect for each other, all of the things, and all the like shit days that we have,
Yeah.
and like stuff,
It's
it's
trauma
just
bonding.
Like, yeah, absolutely. That's yes, absolutely. But where was I going with that? So Jen's fantastic ideas.
She just dumped a great design on you and she said, made it happen.
Well,
Make
so
it
first of
happen.
all, I'm like, you're amazing. That's incredible. And then it's kind of like, where are you going with it? Like, what exactly are you thinking? This is something that we make? Is this something that we source? Is this something
always
that
articulate everything perfectly.
Listen, sometimes as creatives and visionaries, we don't know how to use our words because we don't know yet. It's just like, I love it and I want it.
Oh, that's you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's you for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, I think we can do it this way. And then she'll be like, yeah, it's really that we have that like so good at like kind of playing off of each other. And she's like, well, if you like it and I like it and you think we can figure out where to like how to find this, can we bring it in? Are we already importing from that country? What are the, so then I kind of like, I immediately go to like, what are the logistics? How much is it going to cost? Where is it? It's kind of like the Jan. Right? Doesn't she do that for you guys?
Yes, and we use the vernacular here, like the visionary and the integrator. So like you can't have one without the other. So the visionary is the crazy ideas. It's like, oh, I saw this and I have to have it, or I pull inspo. And the integrator is the one who dissects it and makes it real. So like we can't survive without integrators because nothing would get done. And the integrator, feeds off of that visionary and them always like sort of being lit about and sort of like being responsible for fueling the passion on a macro level. So that is so you too.
Yes.
And yes, we have that here in our group where we have visionaries and integrators, folks who are talented in different ways, but you can't have one without the other.
I honestly, too, though, one of my favorite things about how we work is that we have the same taste. Like typically it's always like, yeah, no, that's
awesome.
amazing.
What
like,
if it was like,
yes, let's do that. Yeah.
No, I'll come to her with a crazy idea and then she'll be like, and I'll be like, yeah, you're right. Or
Every now and then I'm like, it's very niche-y. That's my like nice way of saying it.
That's never going to fly and I can't find that price point.
Or why don't we try it this way? Or, or sometimes it's just, I also think that it's great not to stifle that type of vision either because you just don't know.
Right.
And it's fun to throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks.
You need to dissect it a little bit or break it down or ask the questions because that makes good designs great. What's your favorite tile or collection of all time that you have created together so far?
The Banco collection.
Oh, good.
Plug it. We collaborated with Banco Design. It came together with us with some beautiful patterns.
You are so sweet to us, though. We are getting into product development because we share a passion of having really great, tile available that's in the right price point, that's the right construction and all that. So it was like, we wanted to learn from you and we were pretty lit about things that or maybe even a little frustrated of things we couldn't find.
Yeah.
So, but we've learned a ton even since we first talked. It's like, okay, well that worked, this didn't work. It's really awesome when you find other creatives that allow you the space.
Yes.
And, to be vulnerable enough to go, that was a bomb.
Yeah,
like, let's not do
absolutely.
that. Let's, come over here and do this.
No, I don't think either one of us are afraid of failing for sure.
No, learn because that's
let's
how,
go.
again,
Let's
the
go.
other products get
And if
elevated.
not, let's go the other direction.
It gives us space to continue to bring on the next thing. So, yeah.
I mean, fun fact, we were sitting in the conference room waiting to come in here today, and we're both staring at this houndstooth carpet sample that you have over there. And we're like, I think we could, Jen's like, hold please. She opens her computer, she pulls up the rendering tool for the water jet patterns, which a houndstooth is in your collection. Yes. And we're recreating the exact houndstooth plaid pattern on the rendering tool.
Yeah.
And then playing around with colors, and we were sitting in there nerding out over tile just because we had 5 minutes of spare time.
And we're already thinking
coming to a collection near you. It's a houndstooth plaid.
All the
fall 24
clubhouses that are going to put in this pattern.
We're thinking pickleball clubhouse.
Let's go.
Collection.
Let's go.
Right?
I can see the marketing brochure now. We're all in cute outfits. I love this. Okay, so we're here talking about outstanding deliverables, outstanding products, and you all have built a brand on that. We came to you a while ago and we were looking for collaboration. We were looking for a group to help us solve problems. It is a roll of the dice when you are partnering up with other brands, right? There's a great relationship and you understand each other internally, but we can't do business if we're not bringing in others, right? So there's a little roll of the dice. Like, what was that could be cool. Like, what was attractive about teaming up with other creatives to go outside of maybe standard process of creating amazing product?
Yeah. Well, obviously, the first thing we do is we hop on the website and we check out all the fonts and make sure they're
no, one stocks.
Do they have good? Do they have good branding?
Yeah.
Okay, then we can have a conversation.
Then they're in the same path, the same lane we are. No, honestly, we go about our collaborations in an interesting way. We feel that our collaborations should be, us going outside our comfort zone, something that would bring
that we wouldn't
value,
design ourselves.
Yeah,
essentially,
it would bring value to our brand and add design to our brand that we would never have thought of or
approached.
Yeah, exactly. So it's really about bringing in, that other vision, that outside vision to fruition, because sometimes we get stuck in our lanes, and it is also refreshing to have, a whole new vision coming in.
I've gotten that question about our group just in general with design. Like, why is it growing? Like, why? What's this? It's like putting creatives in the same space, like truly in office. That's like a whole other topic. Like, can creatives work like from home? So, for another day. But having creatives in the same space to feed off of each other is like, it's magic. So to go like, oh my gosh, I never thought of that. Or can you just come look at this? Like, I'm so stuck. What do you do when you get stuck? How do you help each other? What do you do when you get stuck? Where's your reset? When it's just like, I cannot look at this, like something's not vibing and I just can't. Like, what do you do to reset?
I don't know. Well,
take a break and
we'll
take a shot of tequila.
That's what we do.
No,
we are not promoting unhealthy lifestyles here.
No,
it's definitely after
little buzz in
the afternoon.
Yeah, it's after. Honestly, ironically, we work in the same office, and we work in the office with one of our customer service manager as well. And so we're constantly, when we're stuck, interrupting each other's work.
Some days it's bad.
Girl, lock the door.
Yeah.
But I think the fact that, you guys have an open floor here, you have, I'm sure, open door policies. I think the fact that you have that and you can have that open dialogue is definitely something that can get you over that hump and back into the creative space.
Have you ever heard like feeling safe as a creative? I used to think that was like woo woo, but when you're in a group, a firm, a studio, and you feel safe enough to just pitch all of it, like, I'm gonna throw this out there and it could be terrible. But I think that's a little bit further in a lot of our careers where we become okay and feeling safe enough to just go, this could be a total bomb.
Yeah.
And we talk about that with our young creative teams here, our designers. It's like, just say it. But you see them, I don't know that I can do that. It's like, listen, I come up with about 10 shitty ideas a day. Yeah. So you got to feel safe enough to just do it. And I think that's awesome when we find our people where you're like, this could be a bomb, but like, I think I have a great idea, So do you feel like, is that valid to say?
Oh, absolutely.
And that, we would want to encourage maybe our younger selves or others that are just getting into design, like, try to figure out how to get there maybe faster than we did. Like, it's okay to just throw it out and see what another designer can layer on it.
Exactly. Collaboration.
Or even if the whole thing is like too much, but maybe there's a part or a piece of it that's really fabulous, and you end up just coming out with that one piece.
That's also great.
And so
we
it was
say,
like,
just keep it simple sometimes, like too much. Yeah, that's a great point.
Absolutely.
That's a
Yeah.
great point.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to ask maybe a layered question. Are you artisans or businesswomen or both?
I would like to say both,
Yeah.
honestly. And I know that's kind of copping out a little bit, but you have to have both. You have to have both sides.
Yeah.
Or else, if you can't bring it to fruition with the business side, it's not gonna. It's sadly,
Can't monetize your product.
Exactly, exactly. So, I mean, we're the biggest sales people on our team by far. So, yeah, absolutely.
And was that learned? Do you feel like it's like, I had the right training, I learned this? Or was it a little bit of trial and error? Was it a little bit of, we
I
try
think learning
this?
the P&L, I mean, since college was so long ago, relearning how to read a P&L was interesting. But no, because we had been in sales for so long, and from the get-go, we wanted to see how to bring the idea all the way through. That was definitely something that we just had to think of every single step all the way through to make sure it was as seamless.
I feel maybe being the business side for us, I'm kind of speaking for both of us, was like more of a learned, and we had to like trust ourselves with that process. And then once we got there, it was like allowed us to have that, the space to be creative. Yeah. It was like, now that we've figured this out, let's just go like make cool stuff.
The stress is off a little bit, right? Yeah. We've talked about that with a lot of our designers. Is they don't teach us business in design school, right? You learn the things, and it's like, this is how you draw, this is how you pick things, and nobody teaches you the business side. So I would encourage young designers, like, ask all the questions. Take on a mentor who has those skill sets to teach you how to actually make money at the craft that you really get excited about, because that's not common that it's taught. We're just taught the sort of the list of skills that you should have. Check. Oh, you have the degree. Okay, great. But it's like, but if I want to get into product development, if I want to own my own firm, I mean, shit, if I just want to run a department well, like, what does that look like? And so I think there should be more conversation around like how to actually monetize a craft.
I think you said the M word. That was the mentor.
Yeah,
I
find
think
somebody who can help.
I mean, I feel like that was so many people I could name.
Yes,
Or I say so many people, like definitely a 1 or 2, 3 top, people. And and just for sure. Yeah. So
Okay, so one piece of advice that you would leave the younger you when it comes to lessons learned or things you wish you just would have known sooner, because I think that there's a takeaway for young designers, and certainly young designers who get really excited about product design and industrial design, and we need so much of that. There's so much space for really great products. So what advice would you leave to the younger you?
I would say, don't be scared to take the risk sooner.
Okay.
Don't be scared to fail, and definitely have to, because that's giving you the chance to grow. I mean, it's kind of obvious, right? But I think that, if we could have done this sooner, but it was until we were ready, just take it. You could fail, not a big deal. It's gonna make you better for the next time. So by all means, I don't know if you have a.
No, that was kind of on the same lines. I was going to say like similar, like kind of undertone, but like everyone is human. I remember when I was younger feeling very intimidated by people around me or people like in other
industry.
Yes, but then as you get older, you're like maybe you care a little bit less. You've been through a few more things in life. You're not necessarily as concerned about what other people are thinking, so you're like being intimidated by them. Now, that's not to say that getting nervous and having like a lot of admiration for someone and having kind of those feelings. I would. Speaking frankly, definitely felt that way about meeting Melissa Benko for the first time. But I think, once you can kind of get over that part, then it leads you to make those choices that Jen was just talking about.
Yeah.
But
could you have done it sooner if you hadn't met each other yet? Do you think about that too? Like,
No, I don't.
Jen
know.
for sure.
timing is is everything, but you needed each other.
But I needed her. I honestly needed her.
it was destiny.
I knew that. I knew
It's
I needed
cosmic.
her. Like, I knew that that's who I wanted to be with. Like latched on to.
Jen got me in the divorce.
I did. I got her in the divorce.
I think you won.
Travis.
I think you won.
Sorry, Travis.
Okay, so the last question before we wrap up. So one of our guests has left you a question that we would like for you to answer. And the question is, what would be your drag name? And then we do, since you are creatives and so, wonderful and outstanding and really setting the bar high. What would your drag name be? And then give me a little look at what your outfit would be.
Okay.
Like, give me a little rundown.
This is going to be so much easier for you.
Yeah.
I don't have any idea what to
Okay,
say.
so I'm a little bit of a Halloween nerd, so it probably is easy for me since I'm a costume girl. But
Yes.
definitely have to go off my office name, which is J Ho for Jennifer Horning, but it would be maybe J Horny.
Okay. Or just like the J-Ho.
Or the J Ho.
Okay.
Yeah, the J Ho.
Okay.
And it would be bold, colorful, and it would definitely involve lighting of some sort.
Oh. How we should have had
like a
you on
magical
for
parade.
Spark. I'm envisioning this. Okay, you do not have one?
I totally don't have
No?
one. No, I think
No
Jen's
drag
was
name?
good enough for both of us.
Do you want to know what the person who left you the question, what
what their drag name was?
Cheryl from HR, and it would be just like a dirty version of the HR.
That's fantastic.
It's awful.
Oh my gosh. I could think of many embarrassing things, but I just can't.
I love it. All right, ladies. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Cheers.
This was so
Thank
much
you.
fun. And we encourage young designers to find their niche. Not all you go to interior design school, you learn the trade. You don't, just a firm isn't for everybody. There's all these really great avenues of design that you can land, and product development is definitely one of them. So, thank you for joining me today. It was so awesome to have you all on That's the Banco Buzz.